Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Sunday, November 10th. Today, a little bit of rain and snow, but this begins several days of rain and snow across our area. Today's system is a real quick hitter for the sawtooth in the eastern highlands, maybe a sprinkle or flurry elsewhere. Otherwise, we get a bit of a break until tomorrow afternoon. That particular system goes all the way through Tuesday night, mainly through Tuesday afternoon, but into Tuesday night. Then we get another little break, not a clean break, for Wednesday, and then Thursday onward, we get another decent round of rain and snow, especially Friday into Saturday. Satellite already shows cloud cover moving in with this next system, and like we said, this is going to move through rather quickly for today across the area. And even though it's moving quickly, we're not going to see a ton of wind with this one particular system as well. Now, the best chance of precipitation again in the higher elevations. Going into tomorrow, we do get a break until tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Things quickly switch through. Tuesday, our impacts, we're really limiting them to the higher elevations. Any precipitation, even any snow elsewhere, is going to be minimal and not much of a travel impact. Wednesday, that round holds off until later in the day for most of us. Still looks like up in the Sawtooths in the eastern highlands and Tetons, a little bit of rain and snow continuing on Wednesday and the same into Thursday. Like we said, the better chance with that system later in the week is going to hold off until Friday into Saturday. Looking at how things are going to progress over the next 24 to 36 hours, we'll see showers moving through, and you'll notice the trend has been farther north in the past 24 hours, and actually that's been the slow trend the past few days. And the activity really stays up to our north. We might again see a sprinkle or a flurry once you get down to around Pocatello, the Magic Valley, maybe south of Driggs as well, down towards Swan Valley, but that quickly comes to an end. Then we go into tomorrow morning, maybe a few showers skirting up to the west and north of Salmon. Then we see the next round starting to shift into the central mountains late morning into the afternoon hours. By the time we get to late afternoon tomorrow, that initial wave extends from the Sawtooths down into the Magic Valley and down towards portions of northern Nevada. And the system with this one really comes through tomorrow night into early Tuesday. That's when the bulk of the activity with that particular system is going to be. So going back to the rest of the forecast, temperatures today, we've been a little warmer in the central mountains, but because the clouds have been a little cooler, it's going to be warmer down south. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s all the way down to the Utah border in the lower elevations, and closer to 60 once you get over into the Treasure Valley. For the precipitation amounts today, very minimal. A few pockets, maybe over 1/10 of an inch of moisture. That would equate to maybe an inch of snow. Otherwise, snow really sporadic and up in the higher elevations for today. Going to tomorrow, you'll see where we have some wind early on. Not a lot of wind, but just enough to keep things going. A little bit warmer along the bench areas into the Magic and Treasure Valleys, where temperatures will be at or above freezing. Elsewhere, 20s to just barely pushing freezing for temperatures tomorrow morning. And we, like I said, holding off until tomorrow afternoon, just minimal snow over the central mountains up towards Yellow Pine, back towards McCall as well. Temperatures tomorrow, look at that, some more mid to upper 50s and 60s once you get down towards Pocatello, south to the Utah border, and west into the Treasure and Magic Valleys. Temperatures still even a little bit warmer ahead of the system in the central mountains. We're pushing back towards 50 in Stanley, mid 50s from Chalice up through Salmon for afternoon highs on Monday. Going into tomorrow evening, we start to see that moisture moving in, maybe an inch of snow in some of the higher elevations of the Sawtooth and surrounding mountains. Otherwise, very light snowfall across the area. And we don't have rainfall thrown in here. We'll throw in the total rain, melted snow amount here once we get into this period. But a mix of rain and snow showers elsewhere across the area as that swings through tomorrow evening. And into tomorrow night, we've added the wind to this just to show you there are some wind gusts, but where most of the wind is, not a lot of moisture is going to be falling in terms of snow in the lower elevations, but where it is breezy, some of those gusts 25 to 35 miles an hour, maybe a little bit higher in a few spots, but you'll see light snow amounts falling in across the higher elevations up along the Montana border, maybe an inch or so in that 6 to 12 hour period portions of the Central Mountains, also over into the Tetons as well. Going to Tuesday morning, that's when we'll start to see the snow levels dropping. We could see, even where we don't have any type of snow accumulation over the lower elevations, maybe a few snowflakes falling, but nothing expected to accumulate. Some higher snow amounts in the Tetons, the big holes up around Sawtell Peak on into southwestern and south central Montana. Those gusts continue 25 to 35 miles an hour in the morning hours. Going into Tuesday afternoon, the wind gusts do continue, but again, where the strongest winds are in the lower elevations, where we're not expecting much in the way of snow, that would be any issue with blowing snow. But still, some light snow accumulations possible in the higher elevations. And by the time we get in the afternoon, a lot of this would maybe accumulating if you got a heavier push of moisture moving through, but it would quickly start melting with temperatures warming up and a little bit of just overall heating from the ground as we go into Tuesday afternoon. Those highs dropping way back into the 40s, 20s, and 30s up in the mountains, and even still with those colder temperatures, probably not seeing a lot of late afternoon into early evening accumulation. That would be for tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow night. A little bit of snow still accumulating, but again, not much expected. And there are those totals. If you take what we get in the way of rain or what you taking the snow and melting it down, most of the higher amounts will be in the Sawtooth, where we're seeing about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, locally a little bit higher. And some of those higher amounts over in the Tetons, Sawtell Peak, pushing down towards Jackson there along the border around Grand Targhee and such areas. Some of those amounts pushing a half to a 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch, trying to in a couple of spots in those areas. That's for the whole event, tomorrow through Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. And for Wednesday, like I said, we get a break, but we do see temperatures starting off cooler, teens and 20s across the board, afternoon highs. The only 50s we'll see on Wednesday look to be from Pocatello westward, also down towards the Utah border, otherwise 40s for a good chunk of the area, at least the lower elevations for afternoon highs on Wednesday. And not much of a temperature change Thursday afternoon, but with a little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of wind picking up Thursday, we do see those bench areas down south of the Snake Plains, some of those areas staying above freezing for the overnight hours. So once again, what we have today coming through is not going to impact us very much. A little bit of light rain and snow, especially in the Sawtooth and the eastern highlands. Our next round really holds off until tomorrow afternoon and goes through Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, with the bulk of it tomorrow night, early Tuesday, and then Thursday onward is our next storm system coming through the area. Have a great day and do stay safe out there, everyone.